Alright YouTube, so you saw my vlog last night. I made a review of The Force Awakens and I'm in a Star Wars mood and feeling super motivated. So I'm going to make a vlog talking about my initial ideas and sort of expectations for the Mandalorian movie, which I'm not 1000% sure if it's moving forward or not. I have to check that, but I figured, screw it, why not make a vlog talking about Star Wars and what I'd want from a Mandalorian movie. So the first thing I'd want is the Star Wars tradition, or at least the old tradition of keeping unknown actors and fresh faces as mainly the leads. But I figure since Mandalorian's a pre-existing character and Pedro Pascal did such a great job, I would want him to return. But I sort of want this Mandalorian movie to be like a soft reboot similar to The Force Awakens, because I think that's a good idea. They did that with the prequels and I believe with the original trilogy as well. So I think it's a good tradition and is the Star Wars way, so to speak. So I'd say continue with that, because I want to see some new actors, new actresses that I'll grow to love, rather than just seeing the same old faces. Because I'm not going to say names, but in some of the Mandalorian episodes, they introduced celebrities that were whack, and that was just kind of a lame move, but I don't know. So the number two thing I'd want from the Mandalorian episode is the Mandalorian movie is for it to be like close to 3 hours long, or because I feel like, with the episode series, they can do so much, but with a movie, there's more pressure for it to meet a certain time. And unlike a lot of people, I prefer movies over TV series, which I'm going to guess you guys probably knew that by now, seeing the amount of movie reviews compared to series reviews episodes have made. But I feel like when there's a movie, there's a gun to its head. It's get to the point, don't do so much filler or boring episodes. But although I do like the aspect of TV series where it sort of gives them opportunity to stretch characters out, but I feel like sort of with a long movie, that's sort of the best of both worlds, if that makes sense. So the third thing, and probably the biggest thing I'd want from the Mandalorian movie, is for it to sort of be a little more original, but not to the point where it's too edgy and destroying the arc like The Last Jedi. But I want it to sort of keep what Star Wars did well, but also introduce new things instead of relying on the past, which I sort of got this idea from someone in a group chat that I was texting about Star Wars. So I think I agree with that idea, and to explain my own opinions and my own words, I feel like it was sort of a black and white thing with the Star Wars sequels, where although I love The Force Awakens, a lot of people thought it was very similar to A New Hope, a little too similar, whereas The Last Jedi was just a mess, and I hated it. So if I had to choose between original ideas and keeping it kind of the classic Star Wars way, I would choose keeping it the classic Star Wars way, but hopefully they can do the best of both worlds with the Mandalorian movie. And fourth and most important thing I want from the Mandalorian movie is for it to be fun. Not one of those movies that takes itself too seriously or is too dark and boring, just obviously I don't want a comedy, because I feel like that doesn't work with a Mandalorian, but I want it to be a fun movie, not like The Last Jedi. Okay, I'll stop bashing The Last Jedi now, but I want it to have good humor, entertaining, great action, just essentially at the end of the day, as corny as it sounds, I just want to have fun at the movies and have a good story as well, which I think the Mandalorian series definitely did a good job at. So I think a Mandalorian movie is the perfect way to get the Mandalorian back on its feet, back to season 1, and I think it's a great idea. I'm really happy that this was an idea that's coming out, and I hope it's still coming out. But regardless, like I said, I'm a little uninformed on if this movie's moving forward, but these are just my ideas for how I would make the movie. So hopefully you guys like my ideas, and if you don't, I'm sorry, but thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for more soon. Goodbye.